Bitcoin in the spotlight in the Senate, but it's not the only digital currency out there. Welcome to Digits. I'm Simon Constable. Joe Light has more on this. Joe, we've all heard, almost all of us have heard of Bitcoin, the digital currency. You've written about another one.
Right. I mean, software developers are launching literally hundreds of new currencies. We're seeing 2 or 3 new currencies almost every day now, and all of these are kind of Bitcoin derivatives. They work off the same basic idea. They make slight alterations, and these developers and the people who mine them hope that they'll explode in the same way as Bitcoin and make them, lots of money.
It's sort of me too. Now, the one you've written about, altcoin. Tell us about that.
Right. So there's several alternative currencies. The biggest Bitcoin competitor right now is called Litecoin. Has a market cap of about $100 million, and actually in the last couple of days has been extremely volatile like Bitcoin. It doubled in price, it cut in half by price. But in addition to Litecoin, I mean, there are all sorts of strange currencies out there. There's one called Barbecue Coin, BBQ Coin. There's one called Feather Coin, Name Coin, Pure Coin, World Coin. You can almost take any noun and put it in front of coin, and they've launched it.
Now, alternative currencies have been around for a while, and sometimes it can get you in the trouble with the government because the mint doesn't really like other people competing with it. These have managed to avoid that problem in that they have a floating value and don't seem to stack up against things. Why have they become popular now?
Well, the reason the alternative currencies have become popular now, the alternatives of Bitcoin, is basically that Bitcoin's been so successful. So it's almost like for some people anyway, it's kind of a get-rich-quick, speculative bubble. They're hoping to ride Bitcoin's coattails and make a lot of money. And the reason that cryptocurrencies in general have become popular, I mean, there are all sorts of reasons. People see them as a store of value because the federal government can't inflate them away. People like that it's very easy to send large amounts of them digitally without there being any sort of transaction fees like you'd see with like a Western Union, for example. And it's easier when you make purchases with these cryptocurrencies, you don't face the same sorts of fees that like credit card companies charge for.
Now, one of the big holes in all of this is that these are companies with a product, and they're out there and they're offering you something. They could go bust and disappear, and I guess so would your currency, right?
Yeah, all of these currencies are only as good as the next person who's willing to take them, right? Yeah. And lots of these currencies have launched and either been hacked or overpowered and disappeared, and the value goes to zero. Or some of them, the value goes to zero simply because other people who were previously willing to exchange the currency lose interest and drop it that way. So anybody who's looking at these as an investment, they're bound to be disappointed.
Is this like Beanie Babies then?
I mean, Beanie Babies, any big cryptocurrency supporter would say that comparison's unfair. Beanie Babies were a collectible, but it is true to. I mean, if you look,
it is a fad, though, right? It is a fad right now.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the tulip mania, back in the 1600s, the Dutch tulip bubble that people like to talk about. For a short period of time, people saw those as a store of value, and then all of a sudden, somebody was like, "Wait a minute, we're just growing flowers here," and that they weren't worth nearly as much as they were before, and completely disappeared. But the key point there is you don't understand that it was a speculative mania until after it's over and you've lost all your money.
And it ain't over till it's over. Thank you very much,
right.
Joe Light of the Wall Street Journal. Read more on that on WSJ.com.